So this is sort of an international experiment here. We have firearms from the US. We have something based on a German design. We have firearm from the USSR. Ammunition from the United States. Britain. Shot by a Canadian. Okay, so now the results. So I'll start with the CCI standard velocity. So I did 5-round groups, and first one here is with the Margolin. I got an 1.5-inch group. Then I brought it to the outdoor range, did a 9-shot group. It's a 10-shot mag, but it gets stuck on the follower, so I only put 9 in. So I had a nice group right here of 1 5/8. Then I threw a flyer out at 3 1/4 inches. Then the Mark II, it was 2 inches, then one just went about 2 1/4. Then the Browning Buckmark was 2 1/4. And the biathlon EPS, with the, I got the Margolin, I got a 1.5-inch group. The Mark II, I got it 3 1/4. And the Browning Buckmark, I got 1 3/4. So I'll probably do the Mark II again with such a giant gap, just to see if I can close it up, or that's just. Now on to the actual target ammo. We'll start with the Eley Biathlon Sport. And with the Margolin, I got from 1 1/8 to 1 about 3/8. So not too bad at all. With the Mark II, I got a 2-inch group. It's like one's a bit of a flyer there, but no, not too bad. And with the Browning Buckmark, got 1 1/4 group. Now the thunderbolts. Now this stuff I had lots of problems with. I had a few misfires. But anyways, with the Margolin, I got 2 1/4-inch group. With the Mark II, I got an 1 3/4, which is not too bad. And with the Browning Buckmark, I got a 1 3/4 group, so not too bad considering. Now the Club Extra. I only shot this one with the Margolin and the Mark II, but anyways, With the Margolin I got from 1¼ through one out at 1½. Then with the Mark II I got from 2¼ to 2¾ So I'll have to try it again with the Browning Buckmark, see what I get with that. Now the Club Extra. Now with the Margolin I got from 1⁸ group and threw one out at 2¾ With the Mark II it's an 1�38 group. And with the Browning Buckmark it's 1½. Now with the Club Standard. And with the Margolin we got an 1½ group and threw one out at 2½ inches. With the Mark II I got from a 1 inch, an 1�38, then threw one out at 2½ inches. And with the Browning Buckmark it's a 1⅔. Now for the match EPS. Now this is the really expensive stuff. Okay, so with the Margolin, did a nice 3/4 inch group and put one out at 1⅛. With the Mark II it came out to 2½. And with the Browning Buckmark it was a nice 1¼ then threw one out at 2½. And the match EPS. So with the Margolin I got an inch group with one at an 1⅔. With the Mark II I got 2⅔ inch group. And with the Browning Buckmark I got 1⅛ group. Now the pistol match. With the Margolin we got from 2 inches to 3⅔ inches. With the Ruger Mark II we got 1½ to 2 1/8. With the Browning Buckmark I got from 1¼ and put one out at 1 7/8. And the pistol extra. And with the Margolin I got from 1½ and threw one out at 2 1/4 inches. With the Mark II I got an 1⅔ inch group. And with the Browning Buckmark I got an 1½ group. Now the Eley practice. And with the Margolin I got from 1 inch and threw one out at 1.5 inches. With the Mark II I got 2 3/4 inch group. And with the Browning Buck Mark I got 1 inch to 1 3/8 inches. So not too bad at all. Now the target rifle, as far as I know, Eley makes the primer, and then Remington uses their own bullet and powder, but I could be wrong on that. That's just what I've heard. So anyways, so with the Margolin I got from 1 1/4 inches and threw one out at 1.5 inches. With the Mark II I got 1 3/8 inches. And with the Buck Mark I got 1 3/8 inches. Now the Winchester Super X high velocity 1300 feet per second. With the Margolin I did a 5-shot group, and they threw them from 2 3/8 inches out to through one here up at 5 1/4. And I had one misfire, a dud round. And with the Mark II I did a 10-shot group, and it went from 3 inches to 4 1/4. I did pretty good with the Browning Buck Mark. It was 1 7/8 inches, so not too bad with that one. Now the target rifle. And with the Margolin I got a 2-inch group. And the Mark II gave me a straight across 1 5/8 inches. And I didn't shoot this one with the Browning, so I'll have to try that. Then last is the 10X Ultimate EPS. And with the Margolin I had 1 3/4 inches and put one out at 2 3/8 inches. With the Mark II I got from 2 to 2 1/4. And with the Browning Buck Mark I got 1 1/2 inch group. So hopefully I didn't make this too long and drawn out. Got some good results. This was a lot of fun to shoot all this different types of ammo. It all fed, at least all the Eley stuff, it all fed. No misfires, no nothing. It fed fine through the Margolin. Having a bit of a problem with the mag. It can only load 9 rounds because of the way it is, but other than that it all fed it fine. No misfires. The only misfires I had was with the Winchester stuff and the Remington stuff. So if you're having a problem with your .22 pistol, you might want to try out some of this more expensive stuff, this actual target ammo, and post your results, see what kind of groups you get with them. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, so thanks for watching.